What's up, guys? Caleb here with our first installment of your bi-weekly reality check, where we discuss the latest releases in terms of gaming, tech, science, whatever it is. If it's just happened, we're going to be talking about it in this segment. We're just starting it out, so we're kind of getting a feel for it, but we hope you like it. Also, before we jump right into it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when we upload more content. Let's jump right into it. Okay, so Rockstar released the first look at some of the gameplay footage from Red Dead Redemption 2 yesterday, and I have to say it looks incredible. A couple of things worth noting is that all the footage for this trailer was captured inside the game, so it's actual gameplay footage. Something else worth noting is that it will be available in 4K on the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, where there's going to be native 4K, upscaling using some method like checkerboxing. We're not sure, but it will be available in 4K. Fans of the previous game will be excited to know that, what's his name? John Marston. Okay, so I never played the previous game, but fans of the previous game will be excited to know that John Marston will be in this game. I don't know why that's relevant, but if that's relevant to you, get excited.
He's the main character in the first game, and spoiler alert, he dies.
Jesus, so unnecessary. Looking at the trailer, some of the things that I found really exciting were, firstly, the graphics look incredible. The world building, the textures, the environments, it all looks pristine and exactly what we've come to expect from a AAA title in 2018, and we know Rockstar does this very well. I'm currently playing through GTA 5 again, and it's just incredible. So we're looking to get some of that flavor in Red Dead Redemption 2, which I'm really excited for. In terms of the animations, this is probably the thing that excites me the most because they all look hyper-realistic and just really well done. People walking, horseback riding, the fighting, straddling, hand-to-hand combat, horseback riding combat, it all looks super legit. The one that caught my eye the most was a specific animation when he was riding the horse in the trailer and he pulled him off to the one side, and it just looked so natural and authentic. I was just like blown away by how awesome it actually looked. So the animation is something I'm really excited about. So then on top of that animation, I think what they've done with all these unique animations for the fighting is it makes the overall fighting mechanic a lot more playable, a lot less repetitive, and a whole lot more immersive because it's different every time, at least from what I can see from the trailer. I'm sure it's not going to be singularly unique with every fighting scenario, but it looks like they've added a whole lot of content to that specific mechanic. So I'm super keen for that. The horseback riding fighting looks incredible. I can't wait to try that out. And lastly, something that they've showcased in the trailer is that they're trying to walk that line between immersion and hyper-realism versus playability, which is, I think, something a lot of open world games struggle with. Why there's so many mods for Skyrim for immersion and realism. But it looks like they're doing it quite well with the whole mechanic of having your gang and setting up and doing chores and having to hunt resources and stuff like that, which are essentially mini games, which is what they do in open world games like this. But it looks super nice, it looks well thought out, it looks like there's a lot of content revolving around that. So I'm super keen. I cannot wait for Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer to come out. That's it on that. Let's talk about the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. So Samsung has released a couple of things yesterday in the conference they were having in Brooklyn. They released the Samsung Galaxy Note S9. They released a new Samsung smart speaker assistant powered by Bixby, and then they've also got a couple of other things. But we're going to talk about the Note 9 and the smart assistant speaker called Galaxy. Let's start with the Note 9. So this is an improvement over the Note 8. It's got a bigger screen, it's got better performance, it's got more features, but most importantly, it's got a bumped up price tag. So it starts at around $1,000 with a $1,200 model coming in for the 512 gigabytes of storage, which is a crazy amount of storage to have in a phone. Plus, it's got an SD card slot, so you could potentially have a terabyte of storage in your mobile device, which is ridiculous. Some of the other things we can expect with the Galaxy Note 9 are a 6.4-inch AMOLED display. It's got a Snapdragon 845, which is the latest chipset, and then it's also got a 4,000 milliamp hour battery, which is a huge bump and will definitely last you a long time. So I'm excited to see how this thing does performance-wise. If you get the 128 gigabyte storage, you get 6 gigs of RAM. If you get the 512, you get 8 gigs of RAM, which is more than enough for your performance needs, especially coupled with a Snapdragon 845. So I'm really excited to see what the performance specs of this thing are going to be like. Some other things to get excited about are that it has fast charging and wireless charging capabilities, so that's pretty cool. And then also it's got the S Pen, which connects wirelessly, which has a whole lot of awesome features and functions. You can do things like control PowerPoint slides, you can do things like control cameras, remote control, yada, yada, yada. I'm really excited to see how that's going to add to the whole functional nature of the device. So really looking forward to it. It comes out in South Africa on the 24th of August. Starting prices are 19,000 Rand, and then it goes all the way up to about 24,000 Rand for the 512 gigabyte model, which is just a hefty price tag. But if you're looking for something like a contract, prices start at around $800. Anyway, let's now talk about the Samsung Galaxy Home, which is also an interesting little device. So this was also released yesterday at Brooklyn, and it is a smart assistant speaker powered by Bixby, which is, let's be honest, like the worst of the smart assistants. But their whole pitch is that it's not necessarily a smart assistant, right? What they're saying is that it's a control interface that's voice activated. So they're trying to reimagine the way you interact with your device from a control perspective using just voice commands. So they're not marketing it as a smart assistant speaker. But what's interesting about this versus things like the Alexa Home, the Alexa Mini, the Google Home versus the Apple Home, what is it called? The fucking something. You know what I'm talking about.
Apple Pod, isn't it?
Apple HomePod, there we go. The Apple HomePod is that this thing probably has the most powerful speaker on the market for a smart assistant speaker right now. So it has a full range of speakers, it's got an onboard subwoofer, and it has sound steering and audio tuning by AKG. It also has 8 far-field microphones for use with the assistant. So we're probably going to see the most high-quality sound smart assistant speaker that you're going to get on the market right now. But remember, you're sacrificing a whole lot of functionality versus something like the Google Home, the Apple Pod Home, or the Alexa Mini. So the Alexa, Amazon Alexa. These names are just not coming to me. You're sacrificing a lot of functionality if you choose something like the Bixby. But I think it's interesting that Samsung's now trying to make their way into this market because it gets a lot of attention in the headlines. People are always looking, what's the latest thing that your smart assistant can do? What are the latest features? How powerful is it? How intelligent is it? And we're now trying to see the Samsung kind of get a headway into that race, but they have a lot of catching up to do. And the last little bit of current news that I forgot to mention in the intro is that QuakeCon has started today. So there's going to be a whole lot of tournaments, that annual conference by the people from id, which is really, really cool. Something that's super exciting that's happening there, though, is that they are releasing the gameplay trailer for Doom Eternal, Doom 2, whatever you want to call it, Doom Eternal, which is super exciting and I'm really looking forward to. There's going to be some mad tournaments happening there. Something interesting I saw was a Skyrim Legendary tournament. I don't know how that's going to play out, but there's a $50,000 cash prize. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm sure you guys know about that. I'm sure you're going to check it out. Super excited for that Gameplay 2 trailer. Yeah, 9th to the 12th of August, QuakeCon. Anyways, that wraps it up for your bi-weekly installment of Reality Check, guys. Let me know what you think about these releases that are coming up from Samsung, as well as the new Red Dead Redemption 2 trailer, which we're so excited for. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We'll be doing this twice a week, so hit that bell icon so you get notified of more content that we've uploaded. And take it easy. We'll catch you for the next installment of Reality Check. Peace!